Have you ever loved someone so deeply that the idea of living without them felt impossible? Not just painful, but wrong. This is the story of Emily and Noah, a love that didn't end when one of them died, but continued in a way neither of them could have imagined. Emily met Noah on a rainy evening. She almost stayed home. Her bus was late, her shoes were soaked, and she was already exhausted from the day. Noah offered her his umbrella without saying a word. That simple gesture turned into conversation, laughter, and a walk that neither of them wanted to end. From that night on, they became inseparable. Not because their lives were perfect, but because they felt safer when they were together. Their love grew in ordinary ways. Late-night conversations on the kitchen floor. Grocery shopping turned into debates over cereal brands. Weekend plans that often changed but somehow always felt right. They talked about the future like it was guaranteed. A small house, a dog, growing old together and laughing at how serious they once were. Then life interrupted. Noah began feeling tired in ways sleep couldn't fix. The tests came slowly, and the diagnosis came fast. A terminal illness, limited time, a future rewritten in one quiet hospital room. Emily held his hand as the doctor spoke, feeling the weight of every word settle into her chest. When they were alone, Noah apologized as if this was something he had chosen. They decided not to waste what time they had left. They traveled when they could. They took photos that were blurry but meaningful. They danced in the kitchen even when Noah's body was weak. Some nights, Emily cried silently while Noah slept. Other nights, Noah stayed awake, watching her breathe, memorizing the shape of the life he was about to leave behind. Noah's greatest fear wasn't death. It was Emily waking up alone. He worried about the silence, about the mornings without messages, about the way grief could quietly turn into isolation. So, without telling her, Noah began planning something. Not a grand gesture, not a dramatic goodbye. Something small, something steady. He started writing messages, reminders, encouragements, notes that didn't talk about love or loss, but about living. He scheduled them carefully, spreading them out over time. He didn't want to haunt her. He wanted to guide her just enough until she could stand on her own again. When Noah passed away, Emily felt like the world had lost its color. The house felt too big, the silence too loud. She slept with the TV on just to feel less alone. Friends tried to help, but grief is lonely even in a crowd. The morning after the funeral, her phone buzzed. A notification. Get out of bed. Even if it's just for a minute. Her hands shook as she read it. Another message came the next day. Then another. They weren't sentimental. They weren't painful. They were grounding, gentle, almost practical. Drink water. Open the curtains. Call someone who makes you laugh. Step outside. Slowly, without realizing it, Emily began following them. Weeks turned into months. The messages kept coming, spaced just far enough apart that she never relied on them completely. She started painting again, something she had stopped years ago. She adopted a rescue dog, remembering how Noah always said they'd do it one day. She laughed again, sometimes surprised by the sound of it. 1 year later, the messages stopped. For days, Emily waited. She checked her phone more than she wanted to admit. Then, one morning, a final notification appeared. She sat on the edge of her bed before opening it. If you're reading this, it means you're stronger now. And if there's someone beside you when you see this, don't feel guilty. That was always the plan. Below the text was an audio file. Noah's voice filled the room. Loving me was never meant to stop you from loving again. I didn't stay with you so you could stay stuck. If someone brings light back into your life, let them. That's how you honor what we had. Emily cried, not from pain, but from release, from understanding that love doesn't end when someone dies. Sometimes it changes its purpose. Months later, Emily met someone new. She didn't rush it. She didn't compare. On one quiet evening, she told him about Noah, about the messages, about the love that shaped her. He listened, and when she smiled, she realized something important. Love doesn't trap us in the past. True love teaches us how to move forward, and sometimes the greatest act of love isn't holding on. It's knowing when to let go. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.